the experiences one can have at such an event, such as Burning Man, are ones that last a lifetime. So please help me welcome Justin Lee in Burning Experiences. Burning Experiences.
Burning Man!
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the name and the sound of those words conjures up all sorts of different emotions, thoughts, and reactions. So, for those of us that aren't familiar with Burning Man, just to do a little quick recap, Burning Man is a week-long arts and music festival that's held once a year, a couple hours outside of Reno. People travel from all parts of the world to be at this event, and all for different reasons. So to avoid this speech being just a big ramble about lights and sounds and soul explorations, what I like to do is share some personal stories, some impactful ones, PG-13, that I found that I've carried with me, and some lessons I've learned with them. How's that sound? Awesome. So, to start off, Burning Man attracted over 70,000 people. That's a lot of people. And everyone attended for different reasons. Some people went for the art. Some people went for the workshops. Some people went for the killer nighttime events and extracurricular activities. So why did this intrepid traveler attend Burning Man? I attended because I kept hearing about this crazy thing in the desert, way out there, that I really felt I had to go at least once. And so we went. And what did I experience and what did I find? Well, for starters, I found a massive amount of creativity. I want you to imagine what would have happened if they gave all the creators of the Disneyland Electric Street Parade cases of Red Bull, a whole bunch of resources, and told them that their audience were not 5-year-olds, but some of the most interesting, creative, and artistic people in the world. Well, you get massive art installations and also things called art cars. So one of the art installations that I saw that just blew me out of the water was flame-throwing shooting arcade. So if y'all remember back when we were a kid, maybe right now, you go to those shooting arcades, right? Well, imagine that, but with flamethrowers. Yes. Epic. The other thing that were out there in abundance were what were called art cars. Now, art cars, very simple. It's an art piece with wheels that moves around. It usually has blaring music on it. And there's all sorts of different types. You know, there were pirate ships, there were dragons, there were big fluffy panda bears that you wanted to give a hug to. And these were amazing creations. And as I stood and just watched all this stuff, especially at night when there were a lot of lights and everything was 360 degrees, it really reminded me and spoke to me that creativity, the human element of creativity, is unlimited and it's powerful. And it's just a matter of us tapping into that and creating something for ourselves each and every day. Another thing that I experienced was friendship and connection. Of course, meeting new people is all part of the experience. The thing that really struck out to me was meeting people that I knew here in San Diego out there. You can imagine with a population of 70,000 people, finding anything, even yourself sometimes, can be a little difficult. So to bump into some of my best friends, people here in the area, was such a treat. And even some of the interactions that I had at the beginning of the week, to randomly meet people again at the end of the week, it really struck and reminded me that to really connect with people here each and every day, whether they're big connections or small connections, the power we can have, just by being the people that we are. Another thing that really struck out for me, and that was probably one of the most impactful things, was something that really touched my heart. And that was watching a sunset, watching a sunrise, and then watching the same sunset. Late one night, after a bunch of dancing and shimmying, me and my girlfriend we decided to stay up just a little bit longer and watch the sunrise. And so there we were, all cozied up and bundled. And for anyone who's ever watched the sunrise, they can attest that there's almost a stillness that happens right before that sun breaks the horizon. And life and light bursts onto the scene and lets us know that a new day has arrived. Later that day, after a nap, we stood and took a minute and watched the same sun set. And I'll tell you, that was a profound experience for me. It really struck home how precious each and every moment, each and every second that we have is. Because once that day starts, that day ends and it's gone. You know, that day we had a great time, a lot of fun experiences, great connections with a lot of people. And it really just reminded me of things that are really important. To me, that's sharing life, that's having a laugh, that's creating a common bond with each other. Lastly, I'll share that snow cones on a hot summer day are still awesome. Showers are very much overrated. And building cool stuff for people to enjoy never gets old.